Pikmin 4. By this time, you've either played the game, beaten the game, or at least heard of the game. It is the Nintendo game of the summer. Visually, Pikmin 4 looks amazing, and it just feels like a wholesome tribute to the series. You got every single Pikmin from the ones before, and you even got some new Pikmins, or is it just the one? I think it's just Ice Pikmin that's new.
Fuck my drag, right?
Either way, you got them all. And spoiler alert, there are 6 levels in Pikmin 4, which is the most levels in any Pikmin game. Usually there's 4 levels, and I think in Pikmin 3 there was 5, but it was just that random boss battle, so I wouldn't even count that. So yeah, Pikmin 4 is really bringing it. But there's one very glaring thing about Pikmin 4 that I've noticed, and that's it's a little easy. It's a little E for everyone. And yes, I know it is E for everyone, but it's too much. It's too easy, too simple. And I think I noticed this more because just days prior to playing Pikmin 4, I was replaying the remastered version of Pikmin 2 on the Switch, which, if anyone knows, is significantly harder. There's a few challenges in that game. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what I think makes Pikmin 4 a little too easy. Maybe it's going to come off as complaining, I don't know. It's just a video to talk about the topic and get a discussion going, so let's jump into it. The most obvious and newest feature of Pikmin 4 that I would say makes it quite easy is the dog, Oatchi. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, but the dog. Oatchi is this dog, obviously, but he's very overpowered. Oatchi can learn a lot of abilities. He can, be used to carry items that would normally take 100 Pikmin to carry. He can sniff out treasures and castaways. But the one skill that I probably use the most during my gameplay of Pikmin 4, that I think is the most overpowered, is his ability to rush into enemies and stun them. Now I find when you use this skill, in addition to using Ice Pikmin, it's a very overpowered technique because the Ice Pikmin will fly off of Oatchi onto the enemy, and if you have enough, it will freeze the enemy. So not only is the enemy stunned and taking damage, it is now frozen, allowing your Pikmin more time to deal more damage without taking any damage from the enemy. Very powerful skill, love it, not complaining too much, but it does take away a bit of the challenge of the game, because you don't really have to worry about fighting an enemy. If you sneak attack on an enemy, it's just like you're not even fighting an enemy, you're just poof, getting it out of the way, killing it immediately. And I'm not just talking your average enemy like the bulb or however you pronounce it, this guy right here. I'm not talking about him or a lot of other enemies that you'll face. I'm talking boss battles. I'm talking the big, beastie, big guys that are out there that you normally would take quite a bit to defeat in the earlier Pikmin games. But in Pikmin 4, I don't know. I found that a lot of the boss battles I did, I probably didn't lose more than 10 Pikmin in that battle. But then you also have the Ultra Spray, The Ultra Spray makes your your Pikmin a lot stronger, faster, and yeah, they deal a lot more damage. So when you have the Rush, Oatchi's Rush, the Ice Pikmin, and the Ultra Spray, I think those 3 things together really make the game that much more easier. And in Pikmin 2, you actually had to hustle to get that Ultra Spray. You had to harvest 10 berries to get 1 bottle of spray. And I don't remember there being that many, those berries that you can harvest. But in Pikmin 4, it's a lot easier to accumulate that Ultra Spray. You still have the berries that you can harvest, but in addition to that, you get the spray from just simply, killing a boss. You'll get spray from that. Or the eggs. You'll see eggs everywhere in Pikmin 4, and some of them have the spray. Even just freezing an enemy. If you freeze an enemy and kill it, sometimes it'll drop spray. The spray is literally everywhere. And at one point, I think I built up to 15 sprays, so I was able to just use the spray kind of whenever I wanted, even on a less intimidating boss, because I knew I had the inventory to use, Whereas Pikmin 2, I found myself strategically choosing when and when not to use the spray because I had a limited amount. In Pikmin 4, I never felt that. And if those 3 things weren't enough, Another addition of Pikmin 4 is the item shop, where you can buy a wide range of items that will help you in your journey. All you need is those crystal gem things that are literally lying everywhere around the levels. So it's easy to build up a full stock of these items that you can kind of just use at your own convenience. You know, it's like, just use them. You don't need to strategically hold back. It's just you can buy more. It's easy. And then you even have auto target, which just, you know, makes it that much easier. I would say those are probably like the major things of Pikmin 4 that made the game a bit easy for me anyways. But there's also a lot of minor things I noticed that I think build up to an easier experience as well. I don't know if you noticed this, but when you kill an enemy and just kind of leave it there, they don't respawn. In Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 1, like if you killed an enemy, even if you left it there or took it back to get more Pikmin, they would respawn a few days later in the same area. Other minor things, eggs. Ugh, they are everywhere. I mentioned it earlier, you know, you can get the Ultra Spray jelly from an egg. But beyond that, you also get just the normal sap that will take a Pikmin from a leaf version to the full bloom flower version. It's very rare that I have a squad with even just the one leaf Pikmin, because there's always an opportunity to fully bloom your Pikmin, and just making it that much easier because a fully bloomed Pikmin obviously is stronger. Even the flower palettes, they will change obviously from color to color depending on what Pikmin you have out. But in Pikmin 2, you'd have to time not just when to attack the flower palette, but like you'd have to time for when they take the palette out of the flower, right? Where in Pikmin 4, as soon as you start attacking that flower, it will stop changing colors. Small details like that, just like, I don't know, it builds up. But I think the biggest handholding comes from when you enter a cave. When you go into a cave in Pikmin 4, the game literally suggests and recommends not only what types of Pikmin to bring in, but the exact amount of Pikmin to bring in. Whereas in Pikmin 2, if you go into a cave, it tells you the hazards. So you would just have to strategically figure out or guess or whatever how many of each Pikmin to bring in, you know? So that was kind of fun. But in Pikmin 4, no, 33 of this, 40 of that, that's what you need. Good luck. I will say night expositions can be a bit challenging, but, you know, if you got that stock of inventory of those items, like, it really isn't that hard. But it can be challenging.
And you don't technically even need to beat the night expeditions. If you fail the first time, the captain will ask if you want assistance, and if you say yes, he essentially just does the exhibition for you and collects the sap, so you don't even need to be successful.
And then you got those Dendori challenges, which, again, can be challenging in their own way. And even though this video is focused on Pikmin 4, I did notice in Pikmin 3 that that's when it really became a lot easier, the series. Pikmin 3 was so focused on, you know, collecting fruit, which is just so boring, by the way. Collecting fruit to make fruit juice so you can survive on the planet longer, but it's like, it was so easy to build up a large inventory of fruit juice that like you could probably go 20 days without collecting any fruit and you'd still be fine. I don't know. I'm coming off as probably complaining, and that's not the intent of this video. I'm not complaining about Pikmin 4. I absolutely love it. I've been obsessed since I've been playing it. I think I'm 28 hours into the game, and I'm committed to 100% completing the game. Visually, it's a masterpiece, it's a great story, and it has loads and loads of content. I recommend playing Pikmin 4 if you're going to play any Pikmin game. It's just an observation, since I just came off playing Pikmin 2 on the remastered Switch version, which is a lot harder, that Pikmin 4 is just significantly easier. I want to go into a cave being terrified of what's down there and what I'm going to face, and I just have not had that in Pikmin 4. But I don't know. The intent is not to complain. The intent is to have a discussion about Pikmin, an amazing franchise, and whether it has become too easy or not. So yeah, let us know. What do you think? Do you think Pikmin has become too easy? Let us know. Until the next video, keep pressing A.